internet, a place where anyone can be anything they want. It's no wonder why people become so absorbed. There's a community for everything online, and for everyone. I've always been imaginative, thinking up my own fictional worlds, characters, and stories. I wanted to be what I saw in movies and shows. And I wanted to create my own stories too. But for some reason, that kind of thing was never popular in school. Talking rabbits and roided up supermen just weren't in the loop. I grew up distancing my ideas from my friends because I thought my ideas were weird, childish. In that aspect, I felt alone for most of my life. That is, until I met these two. Hi.
What's up?
Hey!
Growing up, were you ever seen as different by other people your age?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Why?
Because I behaved and interacted a lot differently than people because I saw things in a unique way, which people my age didn't really understand, so they kind of ostracized me.
Well, I was always sort of like a loner. I usually kept to myself as a kid. I was always really introverted. Still am.
One day, I was browsing through Discord servers to find a new group of friends because my old group had proven to be rather problematic.
Not gonna lie, I was at a pretty all-time low, and I was sort of looking for solace around on the internet. And when I did, I came across a server with a bunch of people with similar interests as mine.
I joined in at I honestly wasn't too sure about it, but soon I found my groove and began to lurk around. So the server revolved around role-playing our own original little characters.
I was like, sort of gobsmacked by everyone's creative mindset. I was like, I belong here.
And one day, these two characters who belong to Hachi and Krunk really caught my eye. And I enjoyed role-playing with the OCs and talking with the creators behind them. And so much I drew even little pictures of them.
Two stuck out to me though. Those being Krunk and Seda. They were pretty cool. And the more we talked, the closer we got, the more we opened up about ourselves, and that's how we got where we are now.
And ever since then, we've grown closer because we started talking on voice calls, a couple of face cam calls. We opened up about our past and the hardships we went through. For me personally, they both helped me grow as a person and have taught me that I don't have to isolate myself from them if I'm in a negative mood.
Through the video game, Minecraft, content creators come together to make a compelling story for hundreds of thousands of live viewers to watch. It's like a soap opera about the brutality of war, filmed on a 3D children's block game. And people love it. They love it so much that they create high-quality animations dramatizing it, and support each other at the same time. What was initially a joke post gets millions of supporters and inadvertently becomes a national event. Memes get made. Communities are built. The US military gets involved, preparing for a potential threat. Counter strategies are planned. And then, when the day comes, a celebration of the friends made along the way. Friends of all shapes and sizes. And studies list the benefits of online communities too. In a survey with over 42,000 respondents in 26 countries, the McKinsey Health Institute found that more than 50% of all groups cited self-expression and social connectivity as positives from social media. And all groups agreed that overall, social media had a positive effect on mental health. In a study done by PubMed Central, they determined that during the COVID pandemic, social media mental health-related seeking and sharing behaviors had the potential to facilitate coping surrounding mental health. And yet, it's not all positive. The McKinsey Health Institute writes that their data indicates that the relationship between social media use and mental health is complex. Blondie, Angel Eyes, and Tuco, the classic Western standoff. They're looking for buried treasure in a man's grave and plan to kill each other to get it first. They live in the Wild West, where anything goes. On the internet, anyone can be anything they want, whether for better or for worse.
No way this is... Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Holy shit!
Desmond Daniel Amofa, otherwise known as Etika. Known for his Nintendo news coverage and his exaggerated reactions to Nintendo announcements.
Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
He was funny, charming, and well-intentioned. But one day, he broke down. The reason why was unknown, but he brushed it off as a joke. And then he broke down again. Because of his comic reactions, people reasoned he was faking all of this for attention. People started getting hateful, and even more hateful. His own community, the one he had built up and embraced for years, had turned against him. So, when he went missing, people assumed he was going to be back with an apology video soon. But he never came back. He was 29 years old.
You know who it is, man? Ice Man fucking Etika. Yeah, the fucking sound cool. Anyway, you know who it is, man. We back for another ice session. We down here, SLJ fam.
The PubMed Central study, while having focused on the COVID pandemic, found in their studies that participants with severe depression and anxiety were more likely to use social media than people with moderate and mild depression and anxiety, with the most use of YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. The McKinsey Health Institute survey found that social media had an overall positive effect across all groups, but not by much. The blue bars show the percent of respondents who answered that social media has had a positive effect on their mental health. The black bars show the opposite. The article found that Gen Z respondents answered negatively about social media's impact on mental health more than any other focus group. The same demographic as me and my friends. Has the internet affected you negatively in any way?
More
It
times than
has,
I'd like to admit.
unfortunately.
How so?
I was a naive person who would believe people and would fall victim to people's manipulation.
In person, I'm already I'm already pretty awkward. It's hard for me to really talk, so I find it a lot easier to really say what I'm thinking when I'm typing it out first, which I think I've gotten a little bit too used to. I tend to stumble over my words, and I fumble a lot.
I would be threatened, I would be doxxed, I would have that constant looming fear of someone having something that they shouldn't, and it would always scare me.
To add on to that, people are going to have opinions, right? But like, even knowing that people feel a certain way about you as a person, it still kind of sucks to hear it, you know, or read it. And I think I've been exposed to like a lot of that.
The internet is pretty much the cyber Wild West.
Would you say that, in terms of how it connects people online, the internet has a net positive or negative effect on people?
Though there are both like negatives and positives of the internet, for myself personally, I believe it's a net gain. It's like by normal means, I would not have been able to meet you two in the slightest because we live in different places.
In general, I think, while the internet has like net positive effects in terms of connecting people or bringing people together through shared interests, you still got to be mindful of its, downsides. Because, we've got the negative effects. We've got social isolation, we've got mental health, and we've got misinformation. And then there are the more good sides, which is like, letting people connect with like family and friends from different parts of the world. Then you've got social networks, which helps us reach out for like, support, share experiences to help strengthen relationships. And then there's information and then community building.
So there's a lot to consider.
Yep.
Hi, this is I'm Awesome, and I'll be showing you new Bob games I made.
I've been on the internet for as long as I can remember, so when making this project, a lot of what I chose to include felt intuitive to me. I actually lived through most of these things. I was there for the Dream SMP live streams. I remember feeling my heart sink when I saw the news of Etika's passing, as I'd been a fan of his for some time. But one thing that didn't feel intuitive was this ending. What do I leave the audience with to think about? How do I connect this with my life?
What you want to talk to them about?
But after some time, I think I finally figured it out.
The two farthest ones.
I'm gonna get older. Probably gonna meet Hachi and Seiya in person. Probably gonna grow old with them, too. I'm hopefully gonna figure out what I want to do with my life, and how I'm gonna do it, and do it. And one day, in my final moments, either surrounded by people or not, I won't need the internet anymore. I'll move on. Because we always do. And cut. That's a wrap. Let's go.
Hi, punch myself in the fucking throat.
You did great. What do you mean?
Awesome!
Stress.
I know, it's okay, I got it.
Probably because I knew I was being recorded.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sweet. Good job, guys.
I was like,
Thank
don't
you.
mess up. Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
If you think about not messing up, this is more likely to mess up.
I was trying to think about not thinking, but I was thinking.
That's why I kept telling you,
Anyway.
Mahoy Manoi Doodlebot.
And I can't say Mahoy Manoi mid-sentence. I sound like a crazy person.
No, you
As
say
well,
it in your
I
head.
think, Mahoy Manoi.
No, you say it in your head, though, damn it!